When I met Vince Foster in the White House and I saw him walk around, I never saw anybody that didn't want to be there more than he didn't want to be there. He looked so uncomfortable. And there were many incidences or stories where the staff would hear her berating Vince, and she blamed him publicly for some of the things that they didn't get done. And as a lot of people know, in his suicide note, he basically said that, you know, that Washington, D.C. was this terrible, vindictive place, and it was one of the reasons he took his own life.
Hillary Clinton says the UK exit from the EU underscores the need for calm leadership in the White House. But author Gary Byrne, you just heard him speaking there, once a Secret Service agent who worked for her and President Clinton, says Hillary Clinton is dangerous and does not have the temperament for the Oval Office. Some Democrats take issue with his assessment.
She yells sometimes or loses her temper. That really doesn't distinguish her from any other politician that I've ever been around or that anybody I know has ever been around. And which gets me to my main point, I think, which is this strikes me as frankly kind of sexist. The idea that she's dangerous because she may have raised her voice at somebody.
My political power panel is here. Republican strategists Mercedes Schlapp and Ford O'Connell. And on the Democratic side, strategist Basil Smikle. Welcome to you all. So does Hillary, Basil, I'm coming to you first, have the temperament to be president?
Oh, she certainly has the temperament to be president. Look, I used to work for her in the Senate. So I know that, you know, in times when she's been dissatisfied with anything, has she yelled? Has she raised her voice? Has she attacked anybody? I haven't seen it. She has pointed in her remarks because she likes excellence. She likes people to get things done, and she wants them.
The implication here, Basil, though, is that this is a view inside the home when it's not with colleagues, when it's not at work, and that she has a volatile personality. And there are people on the Democratic side who say it is sexist to call that out simply because she's a woman. I
think so, because you wouldn't necessarily ascribe, if you were to ascribe those same qualities to a man, you'd likely say that he's tough. Whereas you're not saying that about her, you're saying she's unfit to be a leader, and I think that is sexist.
Ford, what is your take?
We don't know whether or not Hillary Clinton has to be the temperament to be president or not. All we know is what she's wanted us to see for the last 25 years, which is a well-choreographed dog and pony show. Here's what I do know is that she's beating Donald Trump 2-1 on the question of who has a better temperament. The key here is this could be fruitful ground for Donald Trump, but he has to be very careful about the game plan, because the one thing that the Democrats want to do is play the war on women card on Donald Trump and the Republicans. So he has to be very, very careful about how he goes about this, but this could be very fair territory for him.
Oh, well, who are you calling a dog and a pony, though? That's what I want to know.
No, he said dog and pony show.
Well, you haven't driven a car for 25 years, it's a dog and pony show.
Along with myself, and no offense, of course, to Basil and Ford, are qualified, perhaps a little bit extra to speak on this. Do you think it's sexist, yes or no?
Look, absolutely not. I think that when you think of the Secret Service, these are the individuals who protect the president and the first family. And let me tell you something. What they see a lot of times is the ugly side of the president. But you hear the stories and the accounts time and time again of these former Secret Service. And the fact is that Hillary Clinton made very atrocious comments to several former Secret Service agents and has never really showed the respect for these individuals who have served this family. So for them to say, for the Democratic pundits to say, oh my gosh, this is sexist, this is a typical name calling that they always push forward on anything. It's the same way like they call Republicans racist or ignorant, and it's the name calling just needs to stop. I mean, this is not sexist.
And maybe more focused on what we were just talking about with the investigation or with Benghazi. I mean, there's a lot to talk about.
Her record.
Well, this isn't schoolyard name calling here. It's well beyond that. It's saying that a person in a position of power cannot actively speak to, with authority, to her staff or about her staff. I mean, what is the problem with that? Because in any other circumstance, that would be seen as a tough and forthright leader. But with her, somehow it's made to look like she doesn't have the temperament to lead.
Does anyone see what Basil's doing here, right here?
Yeah.
This is political communications 101. You're basically trying to slime the person, whether it's the author in this case, Gary Byrne, or someone else, try to slime them in that term. What I would do is I would move it away from the issue of yelling and say that Hillary Clinton has a short fuse. I'd bring out female Republican surrogates and press this case. And if it gains traction, it could be very good for Donald Trump.
All right. Thank you all. Mercedes, fast.
Well, I think that it's not about the temperament as much as it's her judgment, her lack of judgment in major foreign policy issues that should be a question as well.
That's an issue. All right, Mercedes, thank you.